Hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of The Evening Word. I am your host, Saxophone Delmon, bringing you love, light, and positivity to your newsfeed. So it is a beautiful day, and I am excited about the topic because we are asking, are you choosing happiness? Happiness is a choice. There's people that laugh at funerals. It is the state of mind and not just what is going around you, but adapting to the environment. So the word says on the same subject is coming from Psalm chapter 89, verse 15 and 16, and Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1 and 2. And the word says, "Blessed is the people that know the joyful sound. They shall walk, O Lord, in the light of thy countenance. In thy name shall they rejoice all the day, and in thy righteousness shall they be exalted. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of God." All right, these words come from the book of Psalm chapter 89, verse 15 and 16, and Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1 and 2. And that's where it's talking about the spirit and the energy when it comes to happiness. Like, have you ever been even just driving by, have you ever just been driving by a church and you hear the choir singing and the windows are open and it sounds like they're having a time of their lives in there. Like the music is rocking and the choir it sounds amazing and people are clapping and singing and having a good time. It's not a party. They're there because of the goodness and the thankfulness of God. As they're singing and dancing and exalting that energy that is within them that just needs to get out. It's not creative. You can go to a junior high orchestra concert and you're not going to get that same energy. Not because the musicians aren't as good. It's because the reason that they're there is totally changed. So you ever been to church and you leave there, even if the choir is not amazing, it's just a regular day at church, and even there might not even be a choir, but when you leave that church, you feel different. You don't feel bad when you leave church. You don't feel worse. Even if you're in there crying the whole time, it feels like a weight's been lifted off your shoulders, right? We were talking earlier, like, how long does that last? And people say, about 6 days. And you go back to church next Sunday. But no, that's not why it works like that. Even so, you see people in all of that greatness and laughing and having joy. There's people up at the front going to the altar crying in full tears, bawling uncontrollably. Why? Because the energy that's flowing through them, same energy, same music, same words, same people. The energy hits us different. So what is your happiness? Well, look in church. Some people are being moved by the same energy to joy, laughter, and dancing uncontrollably. And then other people are moved to uncontrollable tears and bawling and can't control themselves, can't even stand there because they're so weak. The situation, when you leave that church, your situation doesn't change. Only your mindset changes. It happens when you go to a motivational conference, right? You go to hear a motivational speaker and you go, yes, that speaker spoke to me. But if you never do anything outside when you leave, if you don't do the tips and tools and practice the different, you exert the different practices that they just instilled into you, after a couple of weeks, you lose it. You totally forget even the speaker's name, yet alone what they talked about. Right. The situation doesn't change unless your mindset changes, unless you change within to change the things that are going on outside of. That's where free will comes. That's why God doesn't take over everything, because he understands that if he wants the world to change, he has to change us within, and we have to change, and then he'll allow what the changes for each and every one of us to come together to make happen to change the world. but he's not going to change it himself because that's not what this life is all about. That's not the lessons that he's trying to teach. So what he's trying to teach is he will put us in any kind of situation, whether it's going to lift us up or break us down, just so we choose God. So when you choose God, you choose happiness. Squeaky wheel gets the most grease, right? And when you change your mindset, you can be that one that laughs at a funeral. You can be that one where even when there's quarantine, you're thriving. Or when everyone is falling apart, you're holding it together. That's what God is trying to instill in all of us. But he will only select the few that have made it to that level. And he's smart enough to be able to choose, even in a whole group, which individual will rise and which ones will fall. So choose God, choose happiness. It is a choice. And God is, if you're not right with God, he will not let you be happy. He will make it very difficult and miserable, because he's going to make it difficult and miserable for everyone, because we're all being tested all the time. All right. So another test is to see if you can hit that subscribe button and hit that like button and come on back tomorrow, because we do this every day on the verse of the day, trying to spread some more positivity across social media. So please join us. I am your host, Saxophone Delmo, and I'll be back here tomorrow. I wish you a wonderful night, blessings everywhere, and we'll keep the faith, you guys. Much love. See you soon.